I use GPT-5 for a better prompt. I know there's a level of randomness with LLMs, but how can I stop getting different answers to the same prompt? You can't. So this is the wonderful and the terrible thing about generative AI and large language models. I can give exactly the same prompt 10 different times and I will get 10 different answers. That's because the way the next token is selected, the process of generating the text that we see on screen is stochastic. It has a random nature to it. That is fantastic because it leads to the creativity and the kind of human feel of artificial intelligence. Because if it was purely deterministic, if it just gives us the same answer for the same question every single time, it would be it'd feel like a computer. Computers are deterministic. So when you give a piece of code to a computer, it will carry out that instruction the same every single time. That's why computer programs work. That's why they're so reliable. Large language models, generative AI does not work like that, which gives it that creative edge, but also means you're not going to get the same response. So if you need the large language model to give you something very specific, so for example, if you're passing data through a flow and you need it to output in a certain format, then you would specify in extreme detail what kind of format you need, and you'd probably specify like a JSON output. So that's going to be mainly if you need to move through data. So you can talk to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to make sure the same input leads to the same output. Can you help me work this out with JSON so that when a certain input comes in, we'll use JSON, we'll structure the data, structure the information, and then we'll have an output which is going to be similar. It will probably still vary a little bit. It depends what you're trying to build, obviously. But this is the joy and the curse of large language models. If you need it to be exactly the same, so one input turning to one output, don't use AI. Use code. So use a programming language like Python to move through data. If you need the creativity, if you need the kind of the spark, the inspiration that large language models give you, then that's fine. But we need to make sure that we don't need a deterministic, exactly the same answer each and every time. So we will get this different answer, and that is on purpose.